What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. I'm sorry. It's definitely been a minute since I did a Z32 video, so that's what this is today. Sun's starting to shine, snow's starting to melt. It's April here where I am. That means that it's almost time for the Z. So I have a couple things I want to do for springtime before I start driving this thing. A couple things that happened last year with it before I parked it. I didn't really get around to it during the winter to do it. All minor stuff I gotta do anyways though. So I thought I'd record it for you guys. That way we get some Z32 content back on the channel, and I get to show you guys what I'm doing as well, because a lot of you guys I know are interested in it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I can't wait to take the cover off of this car. I've taken it off a little bit throughout the winter just to warm this thing up and stuff, but I've been staring at it every day when I come to my garage in the morning. This is my home garage, by the way, not the big shop that you guys always see me in. So I have a heated garage at home, so I parked this thing here in the winter time. Last winter it wasn't here because I was doing the turbo build, my NA to twin turbo conversion, so it wasn't here, it was at my main shop. This winter I kept it here, and I was able to start it every couple weeks. I probably did it twice a month. Warm it up a little bit, let it idle, give it some revs. Now it's time to take that cover off, get this thing ready for spring. I think I'm gonna be able to drive it in about 2 or 3 days. Almost all the snow is gone. The roads are a little wet, but that should be taken care of in the next couple days with the good weather we're getting. I don't think I'm gonna daily it. Well, I'm never gonna daily it. I don't think I'm gonna drive it too much until May 1st because the roads here are still kind of icky, but I am going to drive it at least once a week until May. Not long drives, but just a little bit to get the fluids going and get some miles back on this thing. So anyways, what I want to do today, so I'm going to show you guys here what I got going on my workbench. So this is my radiator air guide, and I had a little bit of an issue with it right here. This is where the bolts that hold your nose panel on. This is upside down right now. These are where the bolts for the nose panel go. And I had to remove my bumper a couple times last year when I was putting it on a trailer. I didn't have those really long race ramps, and I could not get my car into a trailer. The front bumper was a little low and it would almost scrape every time, so I just thought it was easier to remove the bumper. And every time I had to remove the bumper and then put it on for a car show that I was taking the car to, I fought with these bolts and I thought I was gonna break something. So I'm gonna clearance these a little bit more with like a cutting tool, like a Dremel or something, just so I have some more space. And then I'm gonna mount this back on with some double-sided tape. And this is what I'm most excited about. So this is the hood strut kit from Z1 Motorsports. I hate that they put their logo on everything. I find it really tacky, but whatever. So I'm gonna install this. I think it's gonna make I like to open my hood whenever I'm at car shows. My engine bay, I'm really proud of it and I like showing it off. These are gonna really help with that. And the stock hood prop, I'm gonna take the cover off and actually show you guys what I'm talking about in a second, but my stock, like the hood prop is wobbly. There's a bushing at the bottom that goes into the radiator support. That bushing was non-existent. I ordered a new one, an OEM one. I tried to get it in, it kind of broke. I thought I was just, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this and get rid of that hood prop anyways. So those are the two things I need to do for sure. I also have some vacuum line here because I was reading some stuff online and I might have routed my blow-off valve vacuum lines incorrectly a little bit. Right now they're getting vacuum from the throttle body, the little vacuum port there. I need to go to the balance tube or something right on the plenum, you know, for a proper vacuum. So I'm just gonna do that, and that's pretty much it. Basically, this video is gonna be how to install the Z1 hood strut kit. I'm gonna try it out here. You guys don't have to, and I'll give you guys a bit of a review of what I think and if it's worth it, and you can make your own conclusion from there. So I had a picture of my car with this cover on the Facebook groups. I got my little helper here today as well. I had a picture like this on the Facebook group, and someone said this cover fits like some Lululemon pants. And that is very accurate. You can see the bolt holes, the bolts for my wide body. That's pretty cool. But this is a really nice cover. A lot of people have asked me about it. I've mentioned it a lot of times in my videos. I think I've even posted a link on Facebook somewhere, or a link in one of my previous videos as well of where I got it, but I love this cover. It's super soft. It's obviously only an indoor cover. It keeps the dust off. That's pretty much it. Don't buy something like this for outside. It's very soft. It doesn't scratch your paint or anything. You can just have your way with it. Oh, there she is. Watch out, buddy. Oh, that's minty, man. Just even that much right there. That is minty. Do all of you guys fanboy over your own car like this? This car never gets old for me. This was my dream car growing up. And, you know, I could finally afford it 4 years ago now I've had it. And do what I wanted to it, you know. I'm at a place in my life where I could afford it and do what I want to it. And it just never gets old, man. Thing's gorgeous. Every time I come into my garage, I stare at it and I'm like, hell yeah. It's just that car for me. All right, I need 2 hands. I'm gonna put you guys down for a second and get the rest of this cover off. Dude, we are so back. Oh man, I'm gonna get a really good photo shoot of this car out in the sun in the next couple of weeks with a proper photographer. I haven't done that still. I really need to do that. Oh man, it's gonna be a good summer. I hope this car does good all summer. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm talking about with the hood prop. Okay, there she is, boys. There she is. Doesn't look as good without the radiator support here, but we'll get that on here in a few minutes. These are the bolts I was talking about that hit that radiator guide. You can get the bolts out and then this little bump on the nose panel hits it and you have to like really stretch it. I don't want to break anything. So I'm just going to cut it a little bigger to avoid that entirely. Yeah, sorry for the lighting, by the way, if this video isn't lit up too good. I'm at my home garage. I got these huge LEDs up here, but it's not like my other garage. So I apologize in advance about the lighting. So what was I going to tell you guys? Yeah, the hood prop. So this thing is super wobbly. It's not right now, I guess, because the hood is up, but if I do this, it's super wobbly. Right now, there's no bushing in there at all because I couldn't get that bushing to fit in there, the new one I ordered, and it was super tight. It wasn't fun. So I just removed it and I ordered the hood struts. The hood struts, they go over here. You put a bracket up here and then you put a bracket on the passenger side. It goes underneath where your cruise control is, those 2 bolts. You put it, attach it there. And on the driver's side, one bracket goes right here and then it goes over here where those 3 bolts are. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna take those 2 bolts off and get this bracket off. And same thing on the other side. I'm gonna loosen this bolt that's closest to the fender on that bracket, and I'm gonna remove those 3 bolts completely. As you can see, these bolts are different because those are OEM bolts. This is my Z-Spec hardware kit. I have a Z-Spec dress-up kit in this engine bay, and I honestly did not change all of them. I kind of half-assed it at that time. I guess later in this video, I'm also gonna change out whatever remaining hardware I have, like even on the fender here. I'm gonna change all that to the Z-Spec one as well. I got that in one of my drawers there somewhere, so I'll change that as well. But for now, I'm just gonna get these brackets off. All right, so the bolts are off and this thing is completely loose. So these are the 2 brackets, right? So one has 3 bolts and the other one has 2 bolts. So obviously the 2-bolt one is gonna go here on the cruise control side where there's 2 bolts. And the 3-bolt one is gonna go on that side where the fuel filter bracket is, because there's 3 bolts. So what you wanna do is mount it like this. So it comes, and this bracket is gonna sit between the chassis and the bracket for the cruise control. So you kind of sandwich this in the middle and then you use those same bolts and you bolt it down. I'll show you guys in a second how that looks. And then it's gonna kind of come out and hang out right here like this, okay? I'm just gonna put that there. And then the other side is the exact same thing. So those are the 3 bolts you can see I took out. So this is gonna get sandwiched between the chassis and underneath those brackets like this. and it's gonna stick out right here on the side like that. So I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm gonna do that right now, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, so bracket is on, nice and firm. That's how it sits, pretty incognito. I like that. And the black just goes with the rest of the theme I got going on in my engine bay, which is sweet. I gotta find a way to get rid of that logo because that's pissing me off. But anyways, so yeah, it's sandwiched right there, like I said, between this bracket and the chassis. And same thing with the other side. That's the bracket creeping up below the fuel filter, and it goes right underneath these two brackets like that with those 3 bolts. You do have to loosen this one to be able to pull this bracket above that one before you put that bolt in. Okay, now next is these 2 brackets. So there's 2 of these, obviously one for each side. And the way you mount it is right here, like that. You want this little part that sticks out to be inside, towards the inside of the car. Okay, so don't take off both bolts at the same time because then your hood is going to want to fall, obviously. Take out one bolt, put the top in, and then take out the bottom bolt, put this in, and then put that bolt on. And we're going to do the same thing for both sides. So this one's going to go here, and this one that I got sitting on top of my battery is going to go here in that same orientation, just like that. Actually, to make life easier, maybe I should have done this at the beginning, but there's these little ball studs that go in here and in these brackets right there, and it's these things right here. You got to put those in at some point as well. You can do that before you install it or afterwards. I'm probably going to take a second and do it right now before I put those hood brackets on. So I'll do this right now, actually. I forgot about this. Okay, so brackets are on. I even put these little studs on. So you got to make sure that these are facing opposite directions, right? They only go in one way. Actually, you could put them in the other way. That would be pretty dumb to do it like this. I took the time to put in my Z-Spec hardware when I removed the bolts for the hood, just so I don't have to do that later on. So these 2 are good. And these 2 are good as well. Now, what you got to do is just put the struts on. So basically, these have a locking pin, like a push pin kind of thing inside there. I don't know if it's gonna, right there. You can kind of see it in there. So once you push it in, it'll lock. This side, this should go in the hood at the top. And then the bottom one, this has a locking pin. You can see it right there. So basically you got to remove this, and to remove it you push this open side out like this, like that. Oh, and don't lose it. There it is. So yeah, just take it off and then pull that little pin out. That's one. So what you're gonna do is put it on there and then put that back in. And you want the open end of this to be facing the support bracket side. I'll show you guys once it's on there. So now I'm just gonna put these 2 things on. So I got this end in, and what you do is after it goes in, you put the pin through the top. You'll see it stick out from the bottom, and then you just snap it in place. Did that on both sides, and now I just had to put in the top. If it's not facing the stud, you can turn this a bit to make it face the stud. And basically from here, what you got to do is lift the hood up higher and then push that in. So do the bottom first, because the bottom have those clips. The top is just a push in. So now what I'm going to do is, I can't do it with the camera up, obviously. I'm going to remove the hood prop and push the hood up and then push those things in. Let me get this stuff out from underneath here. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm slowly gonna close the hood, see if it lines up, see if it closes properly, and then I'm gonna show you guys the final result. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. And that looks good. Sweet. Let's try opening it once more. Okay. That worked out pretty good. Kind of sketched me out how before when I was closing it, it kind of just smashed down. I didn't mean for it to do that. The struts kind of suck it in itself, but you know, it's kind of good because then you don't have to slam it. It kind of just does it for you. But it works. The pressure for it is pretty good right now. I'm pretty sure soon it's gonna slow down and lose a little bit of that pressure. So we'll see how these hold up. I'll let you guys know in a future video, but that was a success. I don't like how this writing shows on this side. And on this side, it's kind of hidden at the bottom. I'll find a solution for that. But I'm pretty pleased. That is very clean. Very clean. And the hood opens up very high now. I don't think I like it open that high, honestly, but that's okay. I'm gonna remove this hood prop now. Okay, so I just got my radiator air guide back on. So I didn't really trim anything. I just tried to mount it up better than I had it mounted in the past. What I mean by that is I pushed it all the way up before I tightened the bolts and before I used double-sided 3M tape to mount this thing down. Basically, the issue I was having was these bolts here, so I can remove them easily. And the only time it's an issue is when you got to remove the nose panel or the bumper. And I had to do that a few times last summer. So what happens is I can get the bolts out, and then what I got to do is slide the nose panel up a little bit to get it out. And I wasn't able to slide it up enough without it jamming against it right here. And I didn't want to break the nose panel or break something, so it was a huge pain and I didn't want to force it. So I thought maybe, you know, I can just cut a little bit of the air guide down there, but we'll try it like this. I moved it up maybe 1/4 of an inch. That's the most it could go without the holes not being aligned anymore and that hood bumper stop. So I think it's gonna be okay. We'll see how it goes. I have a car show next weekend that I want to attend. So, and I like to keep my hood open at the car shows. So that I wanted to get this back in before the car show. Pretty good looking engine bay. Pretty proud of this. Pretty proud of this. Before I did this to my car, I used to see people's engine bays on the Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I am so jealous. I really want an engine bay like that. I don't know how people do it. And it makes me feel really good opening my hood every time, because now I got an engine bay I can be proud of as well. All right, so I spent a few minutes trying to get rid of those Z1 logos on the hoses and stuff that I was talking about that I want to remove. So I had some regular nail polish remover I tried a couple days ago, and that didn't work at all. I went to the store. Well, I guess regular nail polish remover is only like 30 or 50% acetone, and you need like 100% acetone for this to work. So I bought some like professional nail polish remover that also is used to like remove fake nails and stuff, and this one's 100% acetone. So I'm trying to do that now, and this is actually coming off pretty good with it. You do have to scrub quite a bit. It's not as easy as it just coming right off, but let me show you what it looks like right now. This is actually working out pretty good. So I think I'm gonna do this with all the hoses that are visible at least. So I'm working on that one right now, and as you can see, it is starting to come off. I'll have to clean up all this residue and stuff, but that's okay. But the acetone is getting it off. I'll show you what I'm using. This is the product I'm using, professional remover, 100% acetone, and it's working for me. So this is pretty tedious work. I'm gonna have to rub this a lot to get this to go through. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this before the weekend. I have a couple days before a car show I wanna attend. I'll see if I have time to come get all of this out, but I'm definitely not gonna do it on camera. I'll tell you guys that much right now. I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, if you buy these Z1 things, especially their silicone hoses, well, my advice is use Concept Z, but for whatever reason, there's a sale or shipping works out better or whatever, you gotta buy the Z1 hoses. If you need to remove it, this is the way to do it. 100% acetone nail polish remover. It is working. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love it. So anyways, I'll show you in one of the future videos where I show you guys my engine bay, what it looks like with all these logos everywhere. I got one over here, one over here, one over here. Where else? Got a couple over here, one over there. I'm gonna remove all of these. I wonder if I can remove this as well. It would be nice if I could. I might try that. I don't want to ruin the blow-off valve, but I might try doing that as well. Anyways, I think I'm going to end this video off right here and just get to it and finish cleaning up this engine bay before the car show. I'm kind of in a bit of a time crunch. Just wanted to put out a quick little video for you guys. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch you guys soon. I got a lot more videos coming of the Mazda RX-7, and we'll put out a few more with the Z32 as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.